What do you want to do?
Long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. That sound all right?
Are you?
I was born by the river in a little tent. You know, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there above the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. See, I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me believe. But he winds up just knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, I thought that I couldn't carry on, but now I see I'm able to carry on, yeah, 'cause it's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a way to start. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Tanya Tucker, and I'm with the Full Frame Initiative, a national social change organization working to make this a country where everyone has a fair shot at well-being. And so often we spend our time, our energy, our focus on the needs and the things that need to be fixed, and rightly so. There's certainly enough that has to change and get fixed in this country. But how often do we actually, as change makers, get to step away from fixing problems to actually imagining and creating a vision of what we want to see? That's the opportunity we have together today. We know that the arts have this power to disrupt and heal and connect, amplify, and so much more. And so, rooted in arts and artistic expression, let's imagine and create what a racially just country truly rooted in joy and well-being could look like. That's our invitation to you today. I'm thrilled to be presenting this session with our partners, King Boston, and so I'll turn it over to Tammy.
Thank you so much, Tanya, and thank you folks for joining us. And I'll just give another shout out to Amandi for opening us up in the space and grounding us in some joy, music, beats at the end of this week. My name is Tammy Tai, she, her pronouns. I'm joined by my colleague, Natisha Mills. We're both with King Boston. We're an anti-racist organization based in Boston, building a new monument to honor the legacy of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, who met in Boston and we'd like to say began the epicenter of the civil rights movement as young students in Boston. And we're also designing related programming to honor their commitment to economic and racial justice. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We know if you've been attending Upswell since the beginning, it's been a couple of days of sessions, workshops, etc. If you look here, we're a small group. There are 3 of you who are not part of the actual tech team or presenting team here. So Courtney, William, and Lisa. And Lisa, if you're able to come on camera, we'd love to see you. I think we're going to suggest that we just stay in this group. We had this whole elaborate plan to kind of go into small groups, but I think if y'all are game, we'll just do this conversation as a full group. And so what we'd love to do is just give an opportunity to say hello and invite everyone to share their name, your pronouns, organization, where you are in the world. And the question we'd love for you to answer briefly is, how does art help you ground during times of uncertainty? So how does art help you ground during times of uncertainty? With the framing that Tanya gave as the focus of our next 35 minutes together. So with that, I'd love to pass it to whoever would be willing to share first, and we'll introduce the 3. Actually, Tisha, why don't you go first, and then the 3 guests in the room, see if you'd like to take it from Natisha after she introduces herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Natisha. I am the associate at King Boston. I'm really grateful to be in the space with you all today. Art helps me ground in joy, in connecting with the higher one, in connecting with others, in connecting with myself, in getting to the feelings and the emotions that sometimes I don't want to acknowledge are there. Art allows me to see myself fully, I think, and express myself fully. So I will pass it on to Courtney.
Cool. Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm in San Francisco, California. And currently I'm working on creating an organization called Be to Belong. And it's all about helping college students really be the change that they want to see in the world, meaning that at the same time as they're having and holding these big dreams for all the change that we need to create in the external world, also resourcing them from the inside out and having them ask themselves the questions of what do I need to evolve in my internal world. and loved Natisha's answer about art. And I think to me it's similar. It's connecting me to the bigger picture, to kind of like the mystery of the unknown that is life as a human, and kind of connecting me to that wisdom inside that is a little softer, that sometimes can be a little harder to hear if you're in the thick of life and everything's busy, but the wisdom that's always there underneath it all, just waiting to be listened to. So yeah, excited to create with everyone.
Courtney, you want to pass it?
Oh,
Either
yeah.
William or Lisa?
I'll pass it over to Lisa.
We can't hear you, Lisa. Yep. But I'm enjoying the green in that window there.
Sorry, I have my machine. Can you hear me now okay? Thanks. Yeah, sorry. I'm in Bellingham, Washington, so Pacific Northwest, south of Vancouver, BC, north of Seattle. And with the question, the first thing that's with me to say has to do with universal language. So music has always felt to me to be my first language. And it binds and bonds us all. So I really appreciate starting our time together with the beautiful music we had. Thank you.
And William, can we bring you in the space, please?
Sure, thank you. My name is William Huggins, he, him. I work for a company called Strategy Arts. We do a lot of strategic planning work, which is connected to the last part about how art helps us during uncertain times. We've been doing a lot of work in racial equity over the last few years, and in planning throughout my career, and in concepts that people struggle to either share with one another, either because they lack the vocabulary or they can't quite express themselves the way they would want. We do a lot of work with graphics and having people communicate through not using just simply academic language in order to get people to connect. I'd love to learn more, which is one of the reasons I'm here, because I always find that sometimes those are the most powerful connections, are the ones that people may not be able to write down in a nice, clean report, but actually have some deeper meaning to them. And as a musician, it's always something that I've found is you make really deep connections with people when you're expressing yourself through art, which I would echo the sentiment that it was an awesome way to start today's session. Really made me pay attention and stop checking emails because I had to listen to some cool tunes. So thank you for that.
Thank you, William, Lisa, Courtney. Great to learn a little more about you, and thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm going to, I've got a couple of slides that I'm going to bring up. Okay. So,
and Tanya, I just noticed we had one other person join. I'll just say hello to Erica.
Oh.
Welcome. Hi, how are you? Welcome into the space.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm in the Boston area, so big fans of King Boston and know Mari Jeffrey and all your work really well and appreciate it. And saw a lot going on today, so I was trying to stay present in the session, and yeah, really happy to be here. Appreciate the role of the arts a lot. I work at the Institutional Anti-Racism and Accountability Project. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for joining us, Erica. So I'm going to go back to this question that I said was sort of the North Star of the Full Frame Initiative. And that's, what if this was a country where everyone had a fair shot at well-being. What we know for sure is that that fair shot doesn't exist today. And we know that because we see examples everywhere. And our country and our systems and our structures have actually created fast tracks to well-being for some, while at the same time dramatically reducing access for others. And we know that the focus needs to be on fixing systems, not people. So last year, we, another slide here, launched the Wellbeing Blueprint, which is actually both a roadmap, a guide, if you will, for structural change, but also this community of nonprofit, government, community leaders, advocates, change agents, really seeking to create the transformation that we need in this country. And so we're focused on transforming systems so that everyone can have this fair shot. And it's really rooted in some well-being design principles, these 6 principles that you see on the screen. We want everything to start with actually what matters to people. And it turns out that our well-being matters to all of us. We want to push against harms being concentrated in the same communities that are already facing the most adversity, generation after generation. We want to build on instead of undermining social connections and social capital in communities. Think of all the different ways that agencies and organizations and systems actually work against that in community. We want to help build financial stability, not just sort of immediate financial stability, but really also looking at how do we build long-term wealth in the communities and for families that haven't had it. We want to span boundaries. This isn't, I wish it was just one system that needed to change and then everything would be fine. All of our systems are causing harm. So how do we work across sectors and systems and issue areas to work together on this? And then how do we set our gaze for the long haul, really sustainable, durable change that's required in our country? And underneath all of these principles are a set of more than 40 recommendations for people to actually act and move on these things in their communities, in their cities. And it's not just specific policy recommendations or how to design, government procurements better. That's a part of it, but it's also things like, how do we tap into our humanity? How do we allow space for joy and levity? How do we integrate and include arts and culture as not just an extra or an aside, but really essential to everything and how we live our life? So we invite you to learn more about this roadmap, about this community, wellbeingblueprint.org. And this really could be a great community for support, sharing, learning, to take the visions that we're going to create together and make those actual reality. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Natisha.
Hi, everyone. Introduce myself again, Natisha. I'm from King Boston. And so before I open up, we're going to actually have an opportunity to look at a visual that we've kind of curated to, get you tapped into your senses, right? But before we go there, I just wanted to read a quote really quickly. Bringing it up, so I apologize for that. But we know that art has been a powerful tool in many movements because it has a power to change how we perceive ourselves, how we think about belonging, how we belonging and representation, right? And how we imagine our future. So youth poet laureate Amanda Gorman writes in her poem, Pictures in Progress, for people to be rendered visible, indivisible, vivid and vibrant as all the glass we carry, We cannot just have a vision of justice. We must be able to envision ourselves in that vision for justice to be served, for the right to representation that we all deserve. So with that, I'm going to just open up some music and lead us into the visual. Just give me a moment to bear with technology.
As Tisha's getting that ready, we're going to invite you to just put aside anything that you've got in your hands, distractions. William, you said you had to stop checking emails when Amani was singing. We hope you'll continue for the next 15, 20 minutes with us, because Tisha's going to take you through a little bit of a guided visualization. And then, as Tanya's been saying, we're going to invite you all to create. So get comfortable in your space where you are, and take a moment, right? So we're in this virtual space, we're in a conference together, but you can always take a moment to be and to breathe and to land. So I invite you to do that now.
I still low smoking
The incense, lose the tension, feel like heaven. Lost mixed with a vodka. Feelings get lost in the limelight.
happy, but you're unhappy. Shorty, you're so valid. I'm ready when you're ready. Don't you know eyes can be so deadly?
Try not to think, but you made me. It's just a cheap thing, baby. Now let me say.
And Tisha, as you're setting up, why don't you give folks a little direction on what they should be doing as you have them watching and listening? So Tisha, we're not hearing the music, but yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I just found me on mute, so thank you, Tammy. But I welcome you all to think about not only just the range and diverse set of artists that you see here in pictures and ways of contributing to art, right? But what you are feeling with your senses, what you're seeing, what you may be imagining yourself hearing. All different ways of social activism, right? Creating what a radical new world could be for ourselves. All right, so it whipped through pretty fast, but I'll give you all just a moment to kind of sit in what you saw. And I apologize if the music may have cut out on you all. So we know that a vision gives us passion and motivation and a reason to keep going and even begin again, right? So it helps you with life transitions, future planning. When you create visions for any part of your life, whether it be for your job or your relationships, for your family, even for your health, it can inspire your own creativity. And a vision helps you move through the harder trials and tribulations, any transitional period, really. And your personal vision becomes a living, breathing part of you that you can spontaneously refer back to when you need that inspiration and when you need that revivement. On a daily basis, from time to time, during certain periods. Once created, it's a crucial part for all of us to check in with that vision and to celebrate each new piece as the vision comes to life. And so I welcome you all today as we're going to collectively imagine what a radically inclusive and racially just country rooted in joy and well-being looks like, not only for you, but for your family and for your community. To join us as, or to consider us all as the imaginators through an exercise in creating a vision for a post-pandemic future together. One that's rooted in arts, in artistic expression as pathways experiencing our full humanity. And when we're done, I hope that we'll all leave a little more inspired with greater clarity on what we desire for ourselves and for our communities in your own vision for a radically inclusive and joyous world. And so I'm going to share a link with you all in the chat so that you can create and begin imagining what your vision is for your own radically inclusive world. And so, and
as Tisha's pulling that up, go ahead, Tisha. Sorry, go ahead.
I welcome you all to use your own page. So if you see anyone kind of already accessing a certain, we'll look at it as like a slide. It's almost like a slide within a PowerPoint. To drop, whether it be an image from online or whether it be one that you might have saved on your computer, or whether it be you want to draw something that just inspires you or is joyful or is something that you can imagine or visualize for yourself in this new radically inclusive world. One that we know centers our own well-being, centers our full self, our full humanity, and centers and prioritizes joy.
So if folks have never used a Jamboard before, it's a Jamboard. We just put the prompt in the chat, right? So as you imagine this radically inclusive new world, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? And as Tisha said, you can come in here. We've got 20 different boards. Just go find a board and get going. You can draw things. You can, I'm trying to demonstrate that you can draw things. Draw things, you can drop photos from the internet. So we're gonna give folks, let's do 8 minutes. And then because we've got more than 4 of you, we are gonna go then into small groups for you to share a minute of the image that you drew and then come back and close up for a minute. So Tisha's gonna put some more music on. For this, feel free to turn your camera off as you start jamming in your Jamboard. Any questions? This is the chance to be interactive, but with yourself for the moment.
I don't know if I have editing access, so if you all don't mind, just maybe resharing it.
Thank you. All right, Tisha, it was just open before.
So while I open or change the settings within so that everyone is able to edit, I'll just play some music in the background.
Thank you. All right, y'all have fun.
Can I ask you what you doing tonight? Baby, can you feel me? Even though we're on a different side. Do you notice what is happening? Can you realize in front of your eyes? This is love I am offering. Baby, I don't come in disguise. Let me do it when I do it, 'cause I know you want me to do it, and I can satisfy. One more time, one more night, one more baby, just get it. One more night, I can do it, I can make you right. One more time, one more strike, one more dash, baby, one more life. Gonna do this straight up, we ain't gonna fight. Just one more night.
Baby, look into my eyes, don't be surprised. What you see is the look of love, something I have been dreaming of so long. Since you've been gone away, makes me long for the night you would stay in my arms. Let my love show you the way to my heart, 'cause you make me feel so good. No talking 'cause it's just understood. Light me up, take me high. Nowhere else in this world I'd rather be tonight. So just give me one more night.
One more night, I can do it, I can make you right. One more time, one more strike, one more dash, baby, one more life. Gonna do this straight up, we ain't gonna fight. Just one more night. Whispering so softly, baby.
You know I wanna be your everything, not just anything.
With you start my family, I know you love me.
I know you really love me, so let's make this the first night, the rest of our life.
One more night, I can do it, I can make you right. One more time, one more shot, one more dash, baby, one more night. Gonna do this straight up, we ain't gonna fight. Just one more night.
One night, one night, one night, one night.
One more night.
Cool and Dre.
I just wanna see if you gon' lie, you gon' love me. I was getting bras way before I got the money. Honey, since I've been a star, they don't love me. The ceiling got stars when the star got no ceiling. Stick it out, poke it out, stick it out, poke it out. Yeah, she got a little butt, so what? Big bag, she can show enough. Stick it out, poke it out, yeah, stick it out, poke it out. My regards to the bras that thought I was done. Pick a side, and die in a jump. I've been letting things slide, they trying too hard. 'Cause I ain't left the city once to travel abroad. I'm back on my bar. The stick in the Honda Civic, we in the car service. I really just mind my business and pray that God sort 'em. Can't really be long-winded, you talking short money today, we not cost cutting. Can you stick it out? Told me she was quarantining, brand new out. And there might be a couple weeks to make them bounce. So I mean it when I be like, what's the turn around? No, really, turn around. Okay, I just wanna see if you gon' lie, you gon' love me. I was getting bras way before I got the money. Honey, since I've been a star, they don't love me. The ceiling got stars when the star got no ceiling. Stick it out, poke it out, stick it out, poke it out. Yeah, she got a little butt, so what? Big bag, she can show enough. Stick it out, poke it out, yeah, stick it out, poke it out.
Turn around, I wanna see. Do it look like how I look on IG? Bad from every angle, she got herself a trainer. I know that can't help but take a little peek. Cold World and Faux Lauren, co-starring. We both flexing, Bo Jackson's, Bo guarding. These cap that rap with piss po jargon. My latest whip, my latest chick was both foreign.
I know all my miss me. I've been a since I hit elementary. She know who run it, the one that keep it 100. To find a better you gon' have to live a century. Evidently the coach can't bench me. The franchise player, I don't know how to miss, and they can't buy a layup. I'm anti what they are. I can't take my eyes off your pants, I swear. Girl, you shining like a Montclair. I'm thinking we should dip like the camera in air. If you the big stepper, I'm the landmine here. That's the one they know they can't come near. I just wanna see if you gon' lie, you gon' love me. I was getting bras way before I got the money. Honey, since I've been a star, they don't love me. The ceiling got stars when the star got no ceiling. Stick it out, poke it out, stick it out, poke it out. Yeah, she got a little butt, so what? Big bag, she can show enough. Stick it out, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out. Break it down, look. Poke it out, I wanna see you play, whether you make the stallion or like coil or rate. Okay, but if you gon' lie, you gon' love me. I was getting proud before I got the money. Honey, since I've been a star, they don't love me. Still ain't got stars in there, boy. I'm playing.
It's about that time now. I'm a OD, Amy Winehouse. Tell me what you crying about. You a let me find out. Who you got bringing pills in? Paul Wall, put my grills in. I could lose and I still win. Hold up, Bronx in the building. Cambrick, myself. Snitch dudes, just tell. Stop snitching. Cartoon punk, DuckTales. I'm on the block, 12, got 12. Funerals and caskets. Lyrical gymnastics. You ain't fucking with no fast shit.
All right, friends, thank you. I'm having fun watching us in that Jamboard. Erica, you're using that, you're just like in there, like making it beautiful. So we're almost at time. We've got 5 minutes, but we do want to just go do 2 small groups. There's 4 of you. Just go pair share for like a minute. We're going to do literally 2 minutes. Don't remember who's going to do the small groups for us. 2 minutes sharing. What came to mind for you, right? This is a quick session. Our attempt here was to just do a bit of visioning, give you an opportunity to draw in the middle of a work day. So we're going to send you all to go pair share for 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and bid you goodbye and maybe just do a quick just presentation of all the boards before we wrap up. So I think rooms should go open, and we'll see you all back in literally 2 minutes. Thank you.